Now, let me take to a couple of queries that we wrote in earlier sessions. Fetch orders where customers spent more than $20. We saw this query from the where section. If I execute this, we saw the store ID and customer ID in the result, and this fetches all the customer who spend more than $20. But in the result, we have store ID and customer ID. And what if we want the actual store name and actual customer name? For this to be more informative, how to achieve this? And in the next question, we got the repeat customer list using group by and having. I'll execute this. In the result, we have customer ID and the number of times they ordered. But what if we want the actual customer details like customer name, phone, and email instead of just their IDs? How do we get this information into the result? And the answer is join is going to help us achieve this. Now, let me pull the relationship diagram quickly. If you see the orders table, we have only customer ID and store ID. Basically, the customer ID is from the customers table and store ID is from the store table. And we do not have the actual names in this orders table. The reason is data is split across tables to avoid the repetition. So the customer details live in customer table and the store details live in stores table. And the orders table just have the IDs that references them. And joins use those IDs, basically the primary keys and foreign keys, to bring the data from multiple tables together in a single query. You see, the customer ID in the customer table is the primary key, and the same customer ID in the orders table is the foreign key that connects to the customers table. And that connection is what join uses to combine these two tables. Now let's understand the different types of joins and see how each one works and what result it gives. Consider the customers and orders table with some sample data. Here the customer ID is referred to as cust ID, and the cust ID is the primary key in the customers table and it is the foreign key in the orders table. And this is the column that connects these two tables. If you see the sample data, the cust ID 1 and 2 are available in the orders table, while the customer ID 3 is not available in the orders table. Likewise, the customer ID 5 that is in the orders table is not available in the customers table. Now, let us see how each type of join work with this data. The first type of join is inner join. Inner join returns only the matching records from both tables. And in the result, only the customer IDs that are that exist in both the tables appear. And if a customer has no order or an order has no customer, that detail is excluded from this result. The next type of join is left join. Left join returns all records from the left table which is customers here, and the matching records from the right table. In the result, all customers appear, and for customers who doesn't have a matching order, the order details are not shown and it is displayed as null. The next type of join is right join. Right join returns all records from the right table, which is orders table here, and the matching records from the left table. In the result, all orders appear. For orders with the matching customer, the customer name is shown, and for orders with no matching customer, the customer name appears as null. The last type of join is full join. Full join returns all records from both the tables. In the result, the match records show values on both the sides. The non-matched records, for example, the customer 3 doesn't have a order information, so the order ID and total amount are displayed as null, and the order ID 103 doesn't have a matching customer, so the customer name is displayed as null. And these are the 4 types of join and how they work. Now let's write some queries for the use cases and understand how the join works with the super fast food dataset.